How do people land those £150,000 a year leadership roles? Are they just lucky? Were they born confident? Or do they know something most managers don't? I'm Richard, an experienced HR director, and it's great to have the opportunity to share my experience with ManagerMade, where we help managers grow the skills that matter most. And today I'm going to tell you something that might change the way you see your career. Because the secret to earning a £150,000 plus job isn't just working harder, it's mastering the art of management. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how becoming a genuinely great manager can unlock career paths, promotions, and pay rises that most people never reach. And I'll share 5 proven steps that the highest paid leaders all have in common. And trust me, number 5 is the one that makes people stop and notice you. So stay with me right until the end. Part 1. The reality of high-paying leadership jobs. Let's start with the truth. The market doesn't pay for effort, it pays for impact. You don't earn £150,000 for working more hours. You earn it because your leadership creates outcomes that are bigger than you. The leaders who get those roles are the ones who build teams that deliver results without chaos, develop people so effectively that performance keeps growing even when they're not in the room, and influence culture, not just complete tasks. In my career, I've sat in hundreds of promotion panels and salary reviews, and here's what I've seen over and over. Technical skill might get you noticed, but managerial skill gets you promoted and paid. Part 2. The myth that holds most managers back. Most people believe the path to higher pay is doing more projects, more reports, more hours. But here's the myth. You can't earn leadership money by staying stuck in doing. You earn it by mastering managing. When you shift from task delivery to team development, your value multiplies. Think about it. One person can only deliver so much, but a manager who can lead 10 people to perform better, that's 10 times the output, 10 times the value. That's why senior roles pay what they do. You're not being paid for you, you're being paid for what you can create through others. And that's what is being taught at ManagerMade.com, because great managers aren't just born, they're made. Part 3, the 5 steps to earning £150,000 plus by being a great manager. Let's break down the 5 things the highest earning managers consistently do, and why each one moves you closer to that 6-figure mark. Step 1, they think like owners, not employees. High-earning managers don't wait to be told what to do. They think in outcomes. They ask, what's the goal here? What problem are we solving? What's the commercial impact? I once worked with a mid-level manager named Sarah. She wasn't the most senior or the most outspoken, but she always connected her team's work to business results. She'd say things like, if we improve customer response time by 2 hours, that's a 5% retention bump. Within 2 years, she was on a director track and earning over £150,000. When you think like an owner, your value stops being tied to your time. It's tied to your impact. That's the first shift. Step 2, they build teams that can run without them. Here's a harsh truth. If your team collapses when you take a holiday, you're not ready for senior pay. The best paid leaders don't just manage tasks, they build systems. They invest in people, delegate clearly, and make sure others can make decisions confidently. You should be able to step away, and your team still performs because they understand the mission, the priorities, and their own authority. That's the level of leadership that scales. That's what companies pay 6 figures for. So if you want that kind of salary, ask yourself this week, what breaks when I'm not here? Then start fixing that. Step 3, they communicate for influence, not approval. This is one of the biggest differences between a £60,000 manager and a £150,000 leader. They don't just communicate to update, they communicate to influence. When they speak, they bring clarity. They know how to adjust their message for different audiences, whether it's a board meeting, a team huddle, or a one-to-one. They're not over-talking, they're framing. If you can clearly explain what's happening, what's needed, and why it matters, you immediately sound like a leader who can be trusted with more. It's a communication skill that changes how senior people see you, and it's one we teach step by step at ManagerMade.com. Step 4, they build networks before they need them. This is something I wish every manager knew earlier. Your next opportunity won't come from job boards, it'll come from relationships. The most successful leaders don't just manage down, they manage across and up. They build genuine relationships with other departments, other leaders, and mentors. They make their value visible, not by showing off, but by showing up. When people in senior rooms already know your capability, your next promotion is a conversation, not a competition. Networking isn't about schmoozing, it's about staying connected to the people who can see your growth and vouch for it when it counts. Step 5. They develop self-awareness like it's a superpower. And here's the one that separates average from exceptional. If you've watched this far, this is the point that changes everything. Self-awareness is the currency of senior leadership. When you're self-aware, you understand how your actions land, how your emotions influence others, and how to adjust your style to bring out the best in people. You can't lead effectively if you don't know yourself. In every £150,000 manager I've ever promoted, one thing stood out. They didn't pretend to be perfect. They reflected, learned, adapted, and owned their mistakes fast. That's how you grow credibility. That's how you move from managing to leading. And that's the skill that gets you noticed and paid. Part 4, the takeaway. Building your own £150,000 path. Let's recap. If you want to move from where you are now to earning £150,000 or more as a manager or leader, it's not about more work, it's about better work. Here's your roadmap. Think like an owner. Build a team that thrives without you. Communicate to influence. Grow your network before you need it, and master your self-awareness. When you do those 5 things consistently, you're not just a good manager. You're a leader people want to pay well, promote, and follow. Closing message. If this video inspired you, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more weekly content from ManagerMade, where we turn everyday managers into confident, respected leaders. And if you're serious about accelerating your career, visit ManagerMade.com. You'll find training, learning paths, and toolkits designed to help you grow the exact skills that open doors to bigger, better opportunities.